Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's not morning, it should be. I recorded an entire intro this morning and then got to where I've been all day, which is work, and found out that my mic wasn't plugged in. So that was a complete waste, straight in the bin, job done, end of. So let's start again, roll the intro and we'll go for it. So if we just pretend it is morning, I'm on my way out to work on a beautiful morning. A little bit chilly. I put my mesh jacket on, which is great when it's really hot like this, but it actually was a little bit breezy this morning, so a little bit chilly on the old bones. But basically we got a bit of a vlog of three halves today. The first being this intro for you to enjoy and peruse, and we'll just quickly talk about what's going on, what's happened the last few weeks, because I haven't actually ridden the bike much the last few weeks. When I've been getting home from work, it's been a joy to jump in the back garden in some shorts and a t-shirt and have a few cold beers. So riding the bike wasn't a high priority, and when I did go out, I basically Jesus Christ, aren't people great at driving these days? So yeah, basically I have not been riding much. When I have been riding, I've not had the camera on me, so it's been a case of just enjoying the sunshine, not having to think too much, because when you vlog you're constantly trying to think of topics to talk about, things to talk about. I'm not one of these where my life is that interesting where I can just basically talk about what's been going on in my life, in my normal daily process. So I have to think of things that are marginally more interesting than anything that I do. I wonder if I can go down this side, in which case, if I can just jump straight to the front. I should be able to nail straight to the front of everything, and then after that it should be fairly clear. So that's what's been happening recently. I've been enjoying the sunshine. Trouble with this country, as most people who live in this country will agree, is we can't cope with any extremes, whether it's either hot, cold, icy, snowy, rainy, windy. If we get an extreme of any of those circumstances, even just, you know, too many leaves on the railway track stopping the trains moving, the country comes to a standstill. We don't plan for any extremes. People don't have air conditioning in their houses like a lot of hot countries do, but right now, I mean, it's 30 degrees. You know, a lot of countries that see 30 degrees for weeks on end will have air conditioning fitted, but we don't spend the money on it over here because we don't feel it's necessary for the 2 or 3 weeks of the year that we get this sort of weather. So basically that's where I am now. I haven't gone on holiday tomorrow, so I'm just finishing work now. I'm going on holiday tomorrow, so I haven't got a video out for tomorrow, which will be probably a week or 2 weeks back. So I apologise for not having a video out a couple of weeks ago. The reason being, like I say, I've struggled to get out and actually have the motivation to get a video done. The plan was that I'm going to have a little treat with someone that I know in work. One of the people I work with has got an absolute perler of a vehicle for me to test, something a bit different, so that'll be on in a second. And then after that, if you can stick around a bit longer, I've got some news, which I don't know, I'm not sure how people will take it, to be honest, because it's been a big part of the channel for me. So I'll save that to the end, so you know you can watch this bit without too much negativity, hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, let's fast forward, or in actual fact rewind to lunchtime, and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about with a little treat for today. This is Mike. Mike likes bikes. Mike has a Ninja. Mike also enters the Weston beach race every year. Mike also likes cars. Mike's a petrol head. Be like Mike. Oh, Jesus Christ! Wow! Whoa!
No ABS, no power steering, no nothing.
Just grunt. Just sheer grunt. I don't know what excites me more, the noise or the acceleration.
Yeah, both, I think.
Oh, it's just amazing. This is what a car should be.
Yeah.
I've never worn a harness in a car before, but I realise now why you have to in these. That's phenomenal. Not just phenomenal acceleration, the brakes are good considering the age of these vehicles, the technology behind these vehicles. The brakes are incredible. Right, let's undo this. Absolutely incredible motor. So there you go, that was awesome. AC Cobra, it's a 2011 replica, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. You know what, those cars, they're proper cars. It was so weird, but I was walking around all afternoon in work, and I could smell petrol fumes on me, which I know to many people sounds awful, but actually when you're able to smell something that you haven't been able to smell for a long time because of all the emissions regulations, it was quite nice. Proper sort of petrol head smell, you know. So that was all good. So I really enjoyed that. That's amazing. Mike's a great guy. I'll put a link down the bottom for his channel. He's got a lot of videos from where he did the Weston Beach race, and did really well. Finished the Weston Beach race, which not a lot of people do. So fair play to him. But yeah, proper petrol head, and well worth a sub on his channel. Right, so let's get to it then. First of all, amazing. I've joined the M5 and there's no tailbacks. I'm not sure how long that will last, but there we go. So motorcyclists and pretty much anyone in general have a limit, a budget, so to speak, whether that be a financial budget or a space limit with regards to how much and how many you can hold in your, you know, where you live. Maybe you're limited by other factors, families, or you know, other outgoings that take priority and should take priority to something like myself, which is a hobby. You know, if I relied on this to get back and forth to work, it'd be totally different, but I don't. I'm lucky enough that this is just a hobby, and I always feel very blessed by that. One other thing with motorcyclists is we always like to try new things. So I have purchased another motorcycle. The sad thing is I've had to part exchange the VTR in against it, and I know that's going to be a bit of annoyance to some people, that I understand they watch the channel because of the VTR. I get that. There are a lot of Firestorm fans out there, and why not? The bikes are awesome. What I would say to you is I've got this bike now to the position that I wanted to. I think it looks gorgeous. It still runs like a dream. It sounds just insanely good, And when I rode in this morning, I felt, or I was saying to myself, what am I doing? But when I got to work, you know, my wrists were aching. I got off the bike and my back was tight, and that was only sort of a 25-minute run. So it's not right for me at the moment. I'm not saying it's not going to be right for me again in the future. If I want to get another missile. I know, you know, it's easy to say that on a 25-year-old bike, but this is a quick bike. It's, you know, it doesn't match up to your new boys, your Panigales and your R1Ms and stuff like that, but it's still a really quick bike. It's a fun bike. But I did feel that actually this bike was becoming a wet weather bike, because every time I had to go out and the weather wasn't great, I'd take this, because I felt the Honda was a safer bet, which it is. But it has got 44,500 miles on it, which I've heard of these bikes that have done well upwards of 100,000 miles, or at least getting close to it, without any major mechanical rebuilds needed. But it's done 44,000 miles. I think it's probably right that someone can get the most out of this for the sort of final few miles of its life until it needs some sort of surgery. Sounds a bit dramatic, I know, but I'm actually quite sad. I bought this bike out of luck. It was a lifesaver for me, because I had to sell my Ducati. No, I didn't have to sell my Ducati. I decided to sell my Ducati because it was the right thing to do. We're saving to move house and get another mortgage, and that just reduced my outgoings and put some money into my savings, as well as left a little bit left over, which is what I bought this with. And it's just been amazing. I've had this bike now just over 2 years. We've had some fun and games. We've done some amazing trips. You know, I did from the West Country to Mount Snowdon and back in a day, which is 600 miles. I was in absolute agony when I got back, but I did it, and the bike did it. And I would never ever say anything bad about the VTR, the Firestorm, the Super Hawk, whichever country you're in, because it's an amazing piece of machinery. Totally underrated, and I love it. And I might get another one, but what I might do next time round is look for something that's got, you know, a nice low mileage model that I can maybe store, look after, keep, because the value on these at the moment is quite low because there's so many of them about. But that's not going to be the same forever. We're going to be in a situation where we are running low on these quality bikes, and when that happens, the value is going to go up on them. So whoever gets this is obviously going to get, in my opinion, a work of art, a beautiful bike, a stunning ride, and hopefully they can enjoy it and get the most out of it. So I'm going to leave you with a couple of images now. I thank you for your support, all the guys that feel that the channel is no longer of interest to them. It is sad for me. But changes must happen to move on. So stay safe everyone, look after yourself, and I'll catch you on the flip side.